Hello everyone, my name is Emilio Q. Welcome to my channel, and in today's video, I simply want to pay my respects to David Lynch, the artist, the filmmaker, uh, the musician. I just want to pay my respects to him. David Lynch, I obviously didn't know personally. I just knew him through his films and through the endless interviews I've just been seeing on YouTube that I've seen throughout the years, and that I've also just been seeing again throughout the past few days. So yeah, David Lynch, rest in peace. You are an inspiration to so many people, and thank you. So if you are a person who is a fan of David Lynch, watch your favorite David Lynch film whenever you have the time. Watch your favorite David Lynch film, treat yourself to a donut, 2 cookies, and a Coke, and just watch a David Lynch film. Watch the first episode of Twin Peaks. And don't be afraid to make art. I think he was a person who tried to say that yes, the world can be cruel and mean, but as long as we just stay positive and be good people, truly good people at heart, everything will be all right. And through watching interviews on David Lynch, I think that's what he was trying to convey in his films. That everything's gonna be all right, and we just have to be good, positive people. And I believe that's who David Lynch was. I didn't know the man personally. I never met him, but he had a huge impact. Going on Facebook, going on TikTok, going on YouTube, there are people that he struck a chord with people. I think his art really did help people and inspire people. It has inspired me, definitely. So that's all I'm going to have to say about that. Now I'll go ahead and talk about how I was introduced to David Lynch, and I'll talk about his films for a little bit. So yeah, let's go ahead and continue with that. Let me go ahead now just talk about how I was introduced to David Lynch. I knew of David Lynch when I started getting into filmmaking and getting into filmmakers. There was this book they had at my high school library, and it would be about like 100 filmmakers of all time, and David Lynch was one of them. And I was like, who is this David Lynch? It had a photo of Mulholland Drive, and I think a photo of Blue Velvet. And I was like, who is David Lynch? I've never seen his films, but I've seen clips and interviews of him. It seemed like he made weird avant-garde films. And during that time, I was mostly into more entertaining movies. This was definitely when I was really into Marvel films, because Marvel films were good during this time. But I wasn't into like the experimental movies. Now that I'm older, I've gotten to see David Lynch's work, and I did see interviews of David Lynch. The very first interview I saw of David Lynch was when Keanu Reeves was interviewing him in the documentary Side by Side, and David Lynch was just talking about how he prefers shooting movies on digital, and if he's going to keep making movies, he's going to shoot on digital. And that was very inspiring, because basically, I think at the end of the day, one of the things that I really respect about David Lynch was that he wanted to be an artist, and he was going to make art with whatever he had. And the last movie he made was Inland Empire, which was shot on some Sony DVD camcorder. Sorry, I've been trying so hard to make this video, and I'm just overthinking so much, so I'm going to be ruining my words a little bit and just mumbling a lot and blabbing a lot. But basically what he did was he shot a movie with a DVD camcorder, and when Inland Empire came out in 2006, I don't think it had that much respect. I think some people booed that film, but now that movie is kind of like a classic to some people, and it's kind of one of those movies that it's just a movie that's just an experiment that just paves the way for how you can make a movie nowadays. And hey, say what you want, that movie is on the Criterion Collection. I own it on the Criterion Collection, and to me, I think, I don't know, in my mind, I think a movie going on the Criterion Collection is like the best achievement you can have. To me, I think that's way more important than winning an Oscar. And not that being on the Criterion Collection matters, but clearly the movie has gained its cult following. And that's how most David Lynch movies are. They come out, a lot of people probably don't get it, but then they gain like this huge audience. Like Eraserhead. I bet you there's more fans of the film Eraserhead now than there was back in 1977 or whatever time it came out. But yeah, that's David Lynch makes movies that just, you don't understand them, and some people try so hard to understand his films, but that's not what you're supposed to do. You're just supposed to watch the movie, and it's supposed to make you feel a certain way, or it's supposed to start making you think, or just have ideas in your head. Let the art speak for itself. And David Lynch makes a movie, and he lets the movie, or in this case the art, speak for itself. So that's one thing I really loved about him. But yeah, I can say so much stuff about David Lynch. I can talk about his movies. how I saw Eraserhead for the first time when I was hungover and I made a complete fool of myself, and I decided to watch Eraserhead with one of the worst hangovers I ever had in my life, and watching Eraserhead for the first time was the most uncomfortable and most unsettling experience I've ever had watching a movie. And I've seen the movie at least 4 times ever since, and what a great movie. Um, it's not supposed to make you feel good, it's supposed to make you feel uncomfortable in a way, and it truly is, but it's just, there's images in that movie that will just forever stay in my brain. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and end the video here because at this point I'm going to be rambling, but if you are a person who loves David Lynch, go out and watch a David Lynch film. And I want you to tell me in the comments, what was the first David Lynch film that you ever saw? Mine was Blue Velvet. I remember seeing that movie 10 years ago, and I was just completely blown away. And I've seen that movie multiple times ever since in the past 10 years. It is truly one of my favorite films of all time. Probably in like my top 20. What's your favorite David Lynch film? And also, if you're a person who is an inspiring artist, um, do not let negativity get in the way of you creating art. I think that's what David Lynch also has expressed when it comes to being an artist and being a filmmaker. Make art with what you have. And yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and end the video here. And if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. And again, David Lynch, I have nothing but respect for you, and rest in peace.